Hey, so I've been invited to conduct a live interview and maybe even multiple interviews at Music Pro 26 in Hollywood. This 3-day independent music conference and workshop is going to be held at the Musicians Institute from March 27th to 29th. So, what's this about? Well, bottom line, I wanted to invite you to attend. I mean, there are a bevy of great sounding sessions. BMI and Paul Reed Smith are going to be there, not to mention Toto's David Page, which I'm quite excited about. I was recently told I've got a David Page energy about me. I have no idea what that means, but oddly enough, I have been working on my piano skills recently. Anyway, if you're in California, or even if you're at a distance and you're like, this is my kind of event, general admission for Music Pro 26 is $299 and student admission is $100. This is sure to be a highlight of the year, and I'd be excited to meet you, talk with you, maybe even feature you in my Facebook group, Spark Infinity. So what have you got to lose? I'll see you at Music Pro 26.
Way ahead of you, little buddy. Are there cattle in Idaho? I heard it's not a real beef and potatoes kind of state.
Okay, so I have the pleasure to talk to David here. Dave, why don't you introduce yourself before we sort of dive into our conversation today?
Sure. My name is David Andrew Weeb. I'm the founder of MusicEntrepreneurHQ.com. I'm a musician myself. I've taught music. I've been involved in the production side of music. Basically, pretty much anything you could think of. Investing, freelancing. I've done a ton of work in the music industry.
Hi, this is Christopher, founder of Musical You, and welcome to the Musicality Podcast. On today's show, I'm joined by David Andrew Weeb. David is a man of many projects, and as well as writing on his site, MusicEntrepreneurHQ.com, and hosting the New Music Industry podcast. He is also a songwriter, he performs regularly with 2 bands, and he's written a book, The New Music Industry.
Hello and welcome to the Music Money Podcast. Today, my guest is David Andrew Weeb. David is the 5-time self-published and 3-time best-selling author of The New Music Industry.
David Andrew Weeb, welcome to the Empower Network. Thanks for being here.
I'm your host, Sarah Troy, and my guest today is David Weeb. He is a musician, but however, he knows that other musicians have a hard time promoting themselves. The business side of things is not always easy to do. How do you make money out of it? How do you draw attention? There is all that business hat that a lot of musicians don't want to do, but in order to get their music out there, they need to learn it. And he's learned that the hard way.
Hey, yeah, you probably did not expect this, but here I am, another live stream. How you doing? Hope everyone's doing well. I think this is going to be a pretty chill session, but for those who want to tune in and stick around till the very end, we should have a design complete for my t-shirt. Now, the title reads merch. I don't know if I'll sell this or not because the intention of this t-shirt is to relay information about me, specifically my name and my business. That's the point of it. If, however, by the end you're going, gee, I would love to buy this, well, just chime in. So I've done a little bit of research. I think I know, or at least I got some ideas in my head as far as what it's going to happen here. So I don't even know if it's necessarily going to take an hour to do. Depends on how much activity there is in the chat. Looks like we already got a couple of comments in there, but I'll keep an eye. Happy to have a conversation with you. I know it's been a while. I know you probably have some questions, and you're probably also going like, whoa, like things are happening now. And yeah, that's right. There's a lot going on. You can also check out my website, davidandrewweep.com, and see what is cooking over there. Looking to do a redesign, looking to do a bunch of stuff over there, but that's kind of beside the point for today. And yeah, this is kind of random. I'm letting my neurospicy out right now, just letting it go everywhere. My thoughts are wandering all over. I'm messing with you a little bit, just a little bit. But I'm going to pull up Photoshop. That's what we're going to be using. No Canva for this. No Canva for me, professional graphic designer. I mock myself on that a little bit. Like, I've gotten good at Photoshop, there's no question, but it's only because I've used it a lot. I am not a Photoshop master. I'm not a graphic design master. I'm not a visual master. I intuitively feel and know how things work and what looks good. And of course, I've gained a great deal through experience through drawing and painting and making graphics and other design choices for websites and stuff like that. But by no means do I know all the theory, and by no means do I know everything there is to know about putting together a great design. But in this case, I've got an idea, and I think we're going to go ahead and put it together, see how it looks, preferably create a black version and a white version, and then I'll be ready to create multiple colors of t-shirts. That's the other exciting possibility. Like, people see me wearing way too much black and navy, and I think at this point they maybe think I only have one shirt, which is not true. I do own many black shirts. That's how that works, and some navy shirts too. But it's true, there are other colors that happen to look pretty good on me, right? I think some of you would agree with that, hopefully. So yeah, the plan is to, put this logo together, and then that way I'll have an array of colors to choose from. Won't that be exciting? It'll also say my name and my business name. That's fun. That's exciting. So I'm going to pull up Photoshop and let's have some fun together. Oh, we got Sanguine Guru asking, what's the topic? The topic is making my t-shirt for me. However, again, if there's some of you watching who are like, that's kind of cool, I might want something like that, you ought to let me know. So there's Photoshop. And I think the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to move, well, the first thing I'm going to do is move this window, because I think put this on the right side of my screen so that I'm looking at Photoshop on the left screen. First thing I'm going to do is grab a black from the palette and fill the background. I always unlock background layers. Don't know why. I just got into the habit of it. Don't need them. There we go. Filled with black. Now I'm primarily working with text, but I do have to do a little bit with what's this one? The rectangle. Yeah, the rectangular marquee tool. And I'm thinking I'm going to use an emoji. Now, I know y'all are thinking I'm crazy, but just wait and see what I plan to do. The first thing I need is actually a really good font for, and I'm envisioning something that's kind of, I don't know, comic book-esque, but not comic book. And it basically needs to say, hey, I'm David, or hi, I'm David. And I'm going to put a wave emoji in there, and it's going to look stupid at first, possibly, but I'm going to edit it until it looks good. So that is definitely not the font, but let's put our text in. Now, okay, this is definitely a question for the chat if there's anyone out there with the answers. Would it be, hey, I'm David from, or would it be, hey, I'm David of? I'm going to put that in the chat as well. Is it David from, or is it David, what did I say? Of. From or of? Which one is it? Any of you know? Which one's better in this case? Is it David from, or is it David of? Is there anyone on Facebook that knows the answer? Doesn't look like it. Not so far anyway. We'll see who else chimes in here. Maybe Sinavana. Okay, so for, you know what? It's just less space. So for now, I'm going to say, hey, I'm David of. Now that I'm thinking of this, I realize that I might want to bold David as well, so that's always like that's hits people in the face and smacks them. Yeah, I might turn this into a time-lapse video later on if it records adequately enough, and I'll put that up on my channel as well. This is going out to Spark Infinity and my personal channel, so whichever one you're at, go subscribe and make sure to subscribe and subscribe. Subscribe a bunch of times. You can't do that. Just subscribe once and tell your friends to subscribe. Yes, I know this is going to have to be a little bit smaller. There's my neuro spicy self going off on who knows what, because I need to fit in the wave. But for now, let's see if I've got the kind of font I need or am looking for, because I might not. Yeah, that's not it. For sure not. Some of you are just going like, why would you even go there? Why would you even choose that? Just my process, just my crazy process. I try. That's definitely not it. I try things that are so far from actually what I want before arriving at what I want. It's just part of my neurospicy process. So leave me alone. I'm kidding. The chat's too noisy, guys. Shut up. I need to concentrate. Okay. That's not bad. It's not perfect, but that is closer to what I'm looking for. And the logo font is going to be different, but I know what the logo font is off the top of my head. It's a League Spartan, and I know I've got that one installed. Okay, so that's Kinewave Regular, which is not terrible, but not what I'm looking for. And I might end up having to go with something more generic like that. Not totally in love with that one either, but it's close. MV Bully. MV Bully. Okay, so we need to go from M down. JKLM. Good concentration, right? Okay, so there's the quicksand where we started at. Where's M? I don't even know. Okay, so it's up here somewhere, right? Yeah. Okay, well, anything else that kind of smacks people in the face and leaves an lasting impression? I don't think Sego's is going to do it. I don't even know if anything changed. So it's the same kind of font for sure. What does chat think? I don't think I've got the font. Let me just put it like that. So I'm going to go scan Google Fonts. In the meantime, you can just stare at this screen and listen to me talk. Google Fonts. What do we got? What would be a good one for this? I think it's one of those generic handwritten ones I was thinking of. It's not. Is it calligraphy? I don't know what categories. The words they use to describe the categories or fonts are nonsense to me. It doesn't make any sense. That's just my neurospicy way. I think let's try calligraphy or no, handwritten. calligraphy handwritten. Yes. Okay. So I need to try this one, which is you don't see it. I know. I'm sorry. I need to try permanent marker. So I'm going to get that font. I know it's a generic one. But like it's readable, it's recognizable. People have seen it. People know what it is. It's easy to read. Yada, yada, yada. That's why I got to try it. So far, I'm not seeing anything that rivals it. Nothing rivals it. No. Viber, no. Sedgwick, no. No. Not seeing anything else. Okay, let's try permanent marker. I got to install that now. Okay, where are you? Permanent marker, open, extract all. There it is. Install this thing. No, don't open it. Doesn't help me. Install. Permanent marker. Again, I know it's generic. It's just so vanilla, but that might be why it works. Okay, so let's see if it properly installed here. Permanent marker. I don't see it. Let's just cycle through fonts here for a second. Maybe I'll type it in. There we go. Permanent marker. See, I don't know if you can beat that. But I'm open to suggestions. So if you got anything in the chat, you're thinking, I know what would work there. You gotta tell me. You gotta let me know. Okay. Cool. Let's continue. Indie Career Formula. So I need to draw some boxes too. Maybe I'll do that now. For those who are curious, where would you look at this? Is it image size? So I'm working with inches, right? So 10 inches by 12 inches with a resolution of 300 and it's CMYK. For those who are curious, that's what it is. I guess you can't see that window. That's stupid. I don't know why. Okay, so we need to draw a box and it needs to be properly square. Again, I don't know why Photoshop makes it so difficult for you to like just draw a border and center it. I don't know. I just don't know. But I can do it. I've been doing this a long time. Okay, well, it's nice to know we got some extra room. I'll just leave it there for now. And we'll draw another rectangle to delete the portion we don't need. Okay, for now, the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to make a new layer, fill it with black, and then I can move this around within the confines of, I think I can select it too. Yeah. No. What's the other way to do this? So I just select this and then up here and up here, and it's centered. So I could also select this and hit delete. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I can hit delete here on this layer, hide this layer, and done. There we have our border. Not so bad, but only because I know what I'm doing. Now we need to fit in the logo here. And we've got a little bit of playroom, but it's definitely going to be League Spartan. What boldness, I don't know. We'll play with things. Again, those who maybe missed this earlier, should it be David from or David of? David from or David of Indie Career Formula. This kind of makes me worried a little bit as to how big we can actually make the text, because I want it to be nice and big within the box. Okay. Not bad at all. I do feel like it should be all caps though. Not too sure which looks better. I'm open to suggestion there. Either I'm just shouting the whole way, but I mean, like I said, the idea is to slap people in the face with a logo. The other thing is I can make the font bigger if it's not all caps. So there is that trade-off. Okay, so I think we can center this, center it for now. Nice placeholder. I don't know how far it should be from anything. Well, we're messing around. Facebook, you got anything for me? Okay, cool. How about the chats? No? Okay. Well, chime in at any time. Now we get to use an emoji. And again, you all think I'm crazy. And we're going to do stuff with it, though. So just hang in there, because I think it'll look good by the end. I hope. Where is the emoji box? Okay, I might have to pull up Microsoft Word or something to grab that waving emoji. Give me one. Nice. Looks like we had a brief slowdown here, but for the most part, our connection's been pretty good today, hasn't it? I think it's been pretty good. Okay, my emoji command is not listening to me right now. Okay, emoji. Shortcut. Windows period or semicolon. Well, I didn't know about the semicolon. Let's see if that works. I don't know. Why is that not working today? Okay, well, I might be able to grab it from Google. What the heck? Wave emoji, not water. Waving hand. Okay. Waving hand emoji. There we go. We've got our waving hand emoji now. I think so. Let's see what we can get away with. Because, it could even potentially overlap some of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Might be fun if it overlapped the box and maybe even some of the text. I'm just trying things here, but I feel like that might be kind of a cool thing. Maybe not that big. So if we did that, there. And now we're starting to get somewhere, I think. Now for the emoji, okay? So first thing I'm going to try here, if Photoshop lets me, is make some adjustments. Okay. I think what I'm going to do instead is copy the layer. That's what you do if you don't want to edit destructively. So I now have another new layer of, or I should have a new layer of emoji. Yes. Nothing on layer 3. And what I want to try is to select it and then just make it its own element, like flat, because right now it's not exactly flat. Yeah, no, I'm not sold on that. So I think that's a no-go. It could just be that. I don't know. I'm going to mess around with. Oh, now emojis pop up. Come on. Seriously with this. And now it wants to freeze too. Great. That's just fantastic. Okay. Come on. Seriously. Everything's frozen except for the live stream. Somehow, some way this is still going. What the heck is going on? Oh, come on. Unlock, please. Unlock. Please unlock. Please. Disllock, unlock. Like, I hit the command for the emoji box how many minutes ago? And it just popped up. And then it decided it had to freeze. So it's like, how far behind are you lagging, actually, computer? Yikes, man. Okay. Okay, we're good, I think. Okay, I might also try this smaller. I don't know if I'm convinced that it should be that big. Maybe it should be about here, right? That looks all right. And now it's just kind of down to coloring. Like, okay, again, maybe I should try making it grayscale. Let's raster size the type since we copied and made it non-destructive editing. And let's make it adjustments, brightness, contrast. Nope, not that. Hue saturation. Okay, so that's lightness is fine. What we want to do is remove the saturation, and now it's kind of gray. Oh, yeah. I think that's what I was looking for. Now, if I go white or completely white, I don't think it should overlap the border, though. I don't know why that is. I just kind of intuitively feel. Okay, we probably want to take it a distance out like that. Not bad. Now I'm just wondering if I want to do anything to make David stand out. Again, anybody thought, do we have any votes on if it's David of or David from? It would appear not. Okay, so I'm David of Indie Career Formula. I'm David from Indie Career Formula. Maybe I'm obsessing over this a little bit. It just feels like if I keep it of, there's more room. So maybe that would be more fun. Okay. I should stop clicking around because it just does bad things. Makes the stream go haywire. Yeah, I don't know if, I mean, you could put a little bit of color on it, but then it's not an immediately transferable design to black. So that's not ideal. I don't know. It looks all right. But based on the hand, I might want to go there. Right? But I still, if I do that, then I still feel like the font should be bigger to balance it. Let's see what we can do here. We might be able to do something fun. Yeah. Not sure I'm convinced of that either, but I'm trying. It's not bad, but then I don't know. Then I feel like the border should stick out more. So this is a tough one. Maybe I could try something. Some kind of decorative element. Like, I don't even know. I guess I could just try it. We're here anyway. And it's like practically done. We bring this in, we bring that to the back. That's kind of interesting, actually. And then it kind of balances better too, doesn't it? I'm honestly surprised. Yeah. I don't know what it does, but it does something good. How so? What do you think? How's that for a t-shirt design? I think we might have arrived. What do you think? Have we arrived, audience? Have we arrived, everyone? Do we have any thoughts? Yeah, don't worry. Like, I'm still going to center the whole thing. There's kind of no easy way to do that, though, is there? What did I just do? I don't want to do that. If I select all the layers, and move everything, yeah, that does work. And then put this in the center. No, can't do that. This is kind of annoying. So what I can do then is I can create a guide, 50% horizontal, and then kind of drag everything until it aligns properly. Listen to me. Listen to my commands. Do what I'm saying to do. All right, let's see. Okay, so it doesn't really want to do that, as it were. I have no idea whether that's centered. I don't think it is. I think right there is about centered. And I don't know if there's any advantage to it being centered like that. That's the other fun part. Sneezing. Like, you know, if it was on a shirt, then you've got this extra space here, but it's not much. Maybe an inch, maybe less than an inch. And there's a bit of space here. Not a big deal. Sneezes always come in three. No, seriously, I have no idea. It's just what's happening today. Okay, no, but I'm pretty happy with this. So I think I'll save this as the white version, right? We need to find a good space for this. So let's say Indie Career Formula, graphics, and t-shirts. And here's speaker shirt template white. Okay, so that's saved. And now we invert everything. I don't know if invert's the right word here, but we need to make everything white black and everything black white. Okay, this should be reasonably quick. We can get rid of that, possibly. This text needs to be black. I bet there's someone who knows a way to do this quicker and easier. Need this text to be black. We can get rid of that for now. What's this? So we need to create a new layer and fill that with black. Did that even work? Okay, so I think it did. Bring this to the front. Copy this. Not copy, but okay. And then copy this layer. What am I doing? Okay. Wait. That needs to be black, so that's fine. I guess we could just do the old school way with this. Rectangular marquee. And be gone. It works. It's not the most elegant method, but it works. And then we change the shading for that hand because it looks terrible like that. And that's not bad. It's kind of gray, but so there's the black version. I don't know if I'm happy with the hand being gray. Let's duplicate the layer. And actually, let me just select it and paint it black, as it were. Ah. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the black version. So there you go, in under an hour. And then this will, I mean, I don't know if the black is any good for more than just white t-shirts, maybe gray t-shirts. The white will probably, wait, which is black and which is white now? I don't even know. I guess this is black because the text is black. That was my thought process, I'm sure. I'm sure I thought this through somewhere. All right, so template black, saved, done, complete. So I'm not going to add these designs to the t-shirt today, although I could show you that process as well. No reason why I couldn't do that. We got some likes. Thanks so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for watching. We've had a few viewers throughout. Thanks for watching. This has been great. So we got the white version, we got the black version. I don't think I'm going to add them to t-shirts today. I could show you that process too, though, I guess is what I'm saying. I could show you that process maybe even tomorrow. But this is good. We've made a pretty big step in the right direction. Any other thoughts before we close this one out? Everyone happy? Everyone got what they came here for? It was under an hour. Isn't that incredible? Or was it just too easy of a design? Or does it suck? Look forward to hearing your thoughts. Okay, this has been fun. Probably we'll get a real kind of regular live stream here going soon-ish. We're thinking getting Thursday nights going again, but I might go live extemporaneously like this to show you some behind-the-scenes stuff when I have some behind-the-scenes stuff to show you. That's the thought process. Okay, thanks for joining me. Hey, so I've been invited to conduct a live interview and maybe even multiple interviews at Music Pro 26 in Hollywood. This 3-day independent music conference and workshop is going to be held at the Musicians Institute from March 27th to 29th. So, what's this about? Well, bottom line, I wanted to invite you to attend. I mean, there are a bevy of great sounding sessions. BMI and Paul Reed Smith are going to be there, not to mention Toto's David Page, which I'm quite excited about. I was recently told I've got a David Page energy about me. I have no idea what that means, but oddly enough, I have been working on my piano skills recently. Anyway, if you're in California, or even if you're at a distance and you're like, this is my kind of event, general admission for Music Pro 26 is $299 and student admission is $100. This is sure to be a highlight of the year, and I'd be excited to meet you, talk with you, maybe even feature you in my Facebook group, Spark Infinity. So what have you got to lose? I'll see you at Music Pro 26.